This is good conversation.
Smooth jazz.
Be smooth, be jazzy.
Oh no.
Yes. We're canceling the show.
HPE show.
We're canceling the show. It only gets a pilot. Talking about, serious time. Goodness gracious, dude. How was your 4th of July?
It was good. I went to Sierra's house on Wednesday night, and then I slept there, and we went to the beach on Thursday, and I met her family, like her mom's brother.
Oh, so like whole family.
Yeah.
That's what's up, bro. That's what's up.
Got to hang out on the beach. I got a lot of like bug bites though, and stings and stuff. I don't know how they got all over.
Bugs find a way. Trust me, senor. I very much know.
There's one that was inside of my swimming trunks apparently.
Oh.
And it's like right on the top of my thigh.
Yeah. That's good times at the El Royale right there. Good lord.
We never watched that.
I haven't seen it either. Isn't it Bad Times at the El Royale or something like that? Not actually good. I just say that to be funny.
I don't know. I think
it's supposed to be like Bad Times at the El Royale or something like. Hold on. I'm looking it up because I refuse to be non-factual. Oh. Just kidding. Have you listened to any of the other podcasts? 40.
Bad Times at the El Royale.
Is it bad? Okay, cool.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Food for thought. Here's a question for you. I don't know if you're like me, but does it bother you sometimes whenever you see people bandwagoning onto things that you love? Like, I don't know. For specific. Nope. To be specific, I'll just say it that way because I can't speak. I think for like Endgame and Infinity War, there was something like in the back of my head that was like, whenever I would see people that like made fun of me whenever I was like growing up for liking Avengers, for liking Star Wars and stuff like that, going to see Endgame and being like, oh my gosh, I love these movies, so sad to see it go, or stuff like that. And I don't know. There was something about it that bothered me. And maybe it was just because, it's people that made fun of me and all that stuff. So I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah, this is your turn to reply to that, Chief.
Yep.
All right, thanks, bud. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
You're a great co-host. You make me happy to be alive.
Yeah. Even though, I couldn't hear any of that until the very end.
Oh, did it robot or something?
No, it cuts out.
Oh, okay. Good times.
Yes.
What I said.
It peeves you to see popular people go, ah.
Well, it's not necessarily popular people. It's just it may just be because of it being people that like made fun of me or kind of like bullied me for enjoying like your fringe geeky nerdy stuff. Well, stuff that used to be fringe, but now that's a part of the popular culture and it's more people like it and it's become normal. Then they enjoy it and act like oh, I've loved these movies forever and all this stuff. It's like what even, I'm glad to see people enjoy it. Like, I recommend those movies all the time, and I recommend like Daredevil and other stuff like say more fringe kind of nerdy things like, I don't know, like Firefly or something like that. I'd recommend that every day, but I think there is something in it where it's just like, I think it is just seeing people that would make fun of me and stuff like that, enjoying it and stuff. It's just like, it's a little bit weird because it's like, yeah, you made fun of me for liking this stuff, and now you're acting like it's your favorite movie series ever. I don't know.
How dare they enjoy it?
I honestly hate you. Like, what the
How
crap? I'm out here trying to
dare-
bare my soul to you, and you're
How-
going to friggin' hit me with this
dare
crap.
them. How dare them. People change.
Yeah,
You know?
and I think there is just something in, like, the human, like, whatever. It's just, like, we don't want to forgive people at all.
Correct.
Because sometimes it is hard to forgive people, like, people that have hurt you. And you know, or just made fun of you for being different or anything, you know. There's just something in us that is just like, nah, you're wrong, so you can suck it, which is a rude way of putting it, but it's what I said. It's just like I think I struggle with that a lot, where it's just like I want to be angry. I think there's a lot of I don't know if you know, like, feel the same way as I do, but I think there's a lot of times where I just, like, I want to be angry at people because I want to feel justified in how I feel, you know? I don't know.
Right.
I feel like a lot of the times
know.
whenever we get into, like, more, like, real topics, it's a lot of me being, like, talking out of my butt and you being like, yeah.
I mean, usually whenever I'm angry or mad at a person or a situation, depending on the severity, obviously, I just need a time
Yeah.
to process, understand, and then move on. And then after that, I've done one or two things. I've forgiven and are starting the healing process and starting to mend that relationship or situation, whatever it may be, or I've cut you out because you've presented yourself as something that's harmful to me, you know, mentally and possibly physically. Who knows?
I think there is like what you're saying, like that's really interesting what you're saying there. Like I think there's a healthy balance. You know, I think you see a lot of people recommending it's like cut these people out of your life or whatever, and it's like I think there's a healthy balance between cutting toxic people out of your life and, you know, I don't know. There's a difference between cutting people that need to be out of your life and actually forgiving others and not holding on to grudges, because I don't know. There's a huge difference. I think a lot of the times people even like I do that a lot, where it's like I will kind of group them together. It might be people that have emotionally super hurt me, and anytime I freaking see their face or talk to them, it's just like someone is twisting the knife in my heart. And then there's people that have just been rude to me that I'm like, I'm gonna cut those toxic people out of my life. I think there's a way big difference, you know. And that sucks that I think I do that a lot, where it's like, yeah, I'll just act like these are the same thing, because it seems like even the interesting that here we go, therapy, let's do this. I think I just realized that, like, sometimes it's the most toxic people in my life that I don't want to kick out of my life. I don't want to cut those toxic people out. Just to do that voice again. It's like I don't want to do that because, like, I hold on to that hope that everything's going to be okay, or like things will go back to normal. I'll either do that or I will completely, like, flip on that person and just be like, nah, I'm angry, bump all you people, and all this stuff. And both of those are not the right response. You know, right. I don't know. Because I can think of multiple times in my life where I've had, like, that moment where I'm like, no, I'm going to hold on to this because I want it to work out. And even though it's, like, obviously not going to work out and I need to freaking be smart for once, it's like I still, hold on to that.
Yeah.
But I can also think of times in my life where it's just like all of a sudden I completely abandon this person because I'm angry at something they did, or I'm trying to prove them wrong.
Right.
I don't like that motivator, but it is a motivator that it's something that I've really let motivate me a lot, which is sucky and wrong, but I really have let the idea of proving people wrong motivate me. And I don't know. I don't feel like I should. I should be doing it because I want to, not to just show that I can,
Yeah.
I don't know.
mean, but hey, if that's what it takes to get you started on something.
I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, but doing it out of spite is, I think, kind of a bad thing.
Yeah.
Like if I'm creating,
saying, if it takes,
like something I've always wanted to do is music, and part of me wants to create and do music to show that I can do it, but I don't think that's a good way of motivating myself. Yeah, I think a lot of people do that, where it's like, I want to prove people wrong, and you can prove people wrong, but I don't think. I think it's dangerous to let that be your only motivator, I guess, where it's just like, I'm going to prove this person wrong, and I'm going to show them that they're wrong and I'm right, and they suck and I'm the best and whatever. Like, I can do this, you were wrong, and whatever. I think that's a little dangerous, I guess, to just to let that kind of like to let that rule over you a bit, where it's I think that kind of runs out if that's even your motivation as well, because then it's like your tank kind of gets empty and you're just left bitter after having all of these angry feelings. This is a really deep podcast out of nowhere.
Yeah.
We just started deep. It's like, hey, have 4th of July. Also, depression. Well, I think... Well, I mean, you listen.
Can you imagine? Just we're gonna pause for a second, bring a little comedy. Is just Joseph giving like a little house tour whenever he gets an apartment, just kind of strolling around. Here to your left, the master bath, and over here on the nightstand, my depression.
My depression.
And over here, this is the kitchen. It's got a great oven where I put my head in and sometimes thinking about starting it up.
Yeah, over here, this is the bathroom where I take showers fully clothed so I can cry. It's great. Good times.
And here is the toilet where I use it for its usual purposes, and also sticking my head in and screaming so no one else hears.
And over here, this is my crying corner. Just like, oh.
What is it? It's the entire room.
It's the entire room. I have a whole crying room. It's got nothing on the walls and it has no windows, so I can be left alone with my sadness. All right, thanks. Okay, cool. Back to depression. No, I don't know. Okay, so I got you to listen to I Don't Need You by Andy Mineo. That hit me harder than I needed it to. Mm-hmm. So for everyone listening that hasn't heard that song, I definitely recommend listening to it so you can kind of, if nothing else than to get the context of what we're talking about. But it's a song all about, like, starts with, hey, I don't need you, that kind of toxic thinking that we were kind of discussing.
Yeah. Bump there you, for a minute. I don't make money. Like, that's...
Yeah, like, where it literally says, there's a lot of really moments in that like gets me, where it says, like, reject me, I'll reject harder. I was like, oh. What was it that he says, like, If I can't get love, I'll go get paper. So do me a favor, don't do me no favors. It's like, oh.
It's like, Andy, if that's a catch-22, because if I don't do you the favor, but that's the favor that you're asking me to do, I've done you a favor, so therefore
Well, I mean, it shows you how
I'm
circular
exploding.
that thinking is. It's pretty dang circular, where it doesn't make any sense. But then, like, halfway through the song, it breaks down and shows that, like, you know, there's a lot of hurt and feelings behind that. And in the end, you know, it's like, I keep saying I don't need anybody, but maybe I do. Because I think a lot of times we internalize a lot of the hurt that we experience, and we act like it doesn't bother us, and that we don't need anybody in our life, and that, no, these people that, oh, you thought you were important to me because I said you were important to me? Nah, you're not important at all, and I don't need you in my life, whatever. I can do all this by myself. I don't need anyone. They do podcasts for every single song that they put out for this new project called Work in Progress. And in that podcast, Dell, who I think is one of Andy Mineo's like producers, he mentions like there is no such thing as a self-made man. And that's just kind of this fantasy lie that modern culture's really pushed out on us. Because it's true. I don't think there really is a such thing as like a self-made man. There's not a single person in the world who has made it to success or had a good life that hasn't had help from other people, you know? That hasn't had other people help them in some way, no matter what it is, you know? Or even just like had a good parents that taught them the right way. It's like, that's not being self-made if you you know, are being shaped and molded by your parents and people that love you, or, you know, whatever guardians you have. It's like there is no such thing as a self-made man, because a lot of the times we rely on each other. We rely on friends, we rely on family, we rely on just even business partners and coworkers and even things like that. It's like you have those people. Like, even if you look at your favorite artists, like the marketing for this album's incredible. That's not the artist doing that. That's somebody else. That's someone on their team, you know? And a lot of times we kind of glorify this idea that making it on our own and saying to everyone else, you know, like, bump you, I don't need you, I've got myself. We kind of glorify that type of thinking, like, this is what you should be. This is what like a real man or a real person looks like. This is a whatever. Like, this is a real person. And when it's kind of the opposite, you know.
Oh yeah.
Like, not to get stupid, sappy, and corny, but like, I don't know. It just seems a whole lot more braver to open yourself up to somebody else than it does to close yourself off. If anything, that seems more like cowardice than anything, you know?
All right. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It just seems it's a whole lot easier to close yourself off to other people, you know? But it's a heckin' lot harder to open yourself up and trust somebody like that, and especially after you've been hurt by someone that you've opened up to, and like that person turns around and like stabs you in the back. It's like it's hard to trust people again. That's something I think everybody, especially me, deals with, is just opening yourself up to people and trusting people that they aren't going to be like everyone else in your life, you know, all the other people that have left you and all this stuff. I don't know. All right, so you have anything to add to my sadness, Chase?
No, I'm good.
That's nice.
I'm all right. Boom.
Great, good times. I don't know, man. I think I'm really thankful we like started this podcast and everything, because it is just nice to talk to you, because we don't get to talk as much as I like sometimes wish we would.
Right.
just because, we don't live very much near to each other. So, like, a lot of the times that we talk, it's just through text or Snapchats or, like, the little before and after that we record podcast. I think that's why, like, half the time we go and hang out with each other, we hardly get anything done. It's because we're just enjoying hanging out and being with each other instead of, oh, we got to create, we got to do whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I think there is a healthy even medium for that as well. Like the healthy medium of enjoying life and also being on the hustle, I guess.
Right.
I don't know. I think I do have a problem with either doing one or the other, where it's like I either take things way too easy or I am just on 100 for like all the way through. Oh,
Yeah.
that sound made me feel like you were judging me, but okay. You were like, and really, you think you have that problem, do you? It's like, oh, okay, thanks, Chase, thanks.
What? No.
I don't know if you're relating at
No
all
judgment.
to anything I'm saying, or if I'm just talking out my butt crack right now.
No, I mean, yeah, I feel like you're right. There is that kind of, perfect balance. But there's people that can. I think it's also very subjective. Like people can go, like if they're your average person, there will be things that people will be 100% into, or 0% into, and
Yeah.
I'm very much the kind of person that's most of the time going to be like on the not caring enough side of it.
Yeah.
But that's just kind of my personality and everything kind of coming together.
I think that's a very good point, to be honest, just talking about the people's personalities. Like, everybody is different, and you can't always just expect the same thing from everybody, I don't know. It's like, you can't always just expect everyone to react the same way to certain things or be as happy for you as you want them to be, or, all this other stuff. Like, yeah, you can be hurt and stuff like that by your expectations. But, I mean, like, those... I don't know. This is kind of a weird thought that I'm trying to get out, so I'm trying to like word it the best way I can. There's a healthy balance in that too, where it comes from. I don't know. You gotta be. In all things, I'm trying to be present, I guess. Let me relate this back to me, so I'm not just being in general. I have a bad habit sometimes of not caring about what other people think or what other people are into, but then being upset whenever people aren't into or like care about what I'm saying, I try my best a lot, especially in the last few years, to really to make other people feel validated, I guess, because whenever sometimes you don't feel like people care about you, or that they don't, you don't feel like people think what you say matters, or people just don't care about you personally, it really does hurt, like there's that level there where it's like, okay, well, maybe I don't matter, maybe what I like doesn't matter, maybe I'm just not a good enough person for people to care about. Which, obviously, if anybody thinks that, you're wrong, because like that's just stupid thinking. My cat just bit me for no reason. Thanks for taking me out of it, you fart. Anyway, sorry for using such strong language. But I think, like, even if it does fight your own personal wants, your own, I mean, for lack of a better word of saying it, your own kind of selfishness to stay in your own bubble, there is, I think people should try to, at least pretend to be interested, like, in what other people love, like, at least validate what they like, you know? I mean, unless it's some super unhealthy love, like someone's gotta be dancing carefully around what I was about to say, because I can't, that's a bit risque.
Mm-hmm.
Forget it, I'll say it. Like, if someone is just, like, super into pornography, or porn, because pornography is, like, a super dressed up way of saying it, and it makes you sound so much more official, but, I mean, like, if someone's, like, super into that, that's super damaging to you, you know? Like, not even looking at, like, a religious standpoint, like, that just screws up your brain, you know? And in turn screws up a lot of your body functions, which we won't get too into that. But, like, there's, obviously, for things like that, it's like, you don't want to encourage that. But, you know, if someone's just really into football and you're not, don't make them feel invalidated or act like, you know, whatever towards those people. Like, make them feel validated in what they love. They enjoy that. You enjoy your weird fringe whatever. Like, if they just really love the Green Bay Packers, then let them be and enjoy their passion. I don't think necessarily you have to enjoy football, but enjoy that they enjoy it, I guess. Find happiness in their happiness. I don't know. It's a weird way of saying it, but I actually kind of like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like, I don't know. Saying somebody's emotions or passions are invalid is really damaging to people. Like, I can think of times where I would confide in somebody, you know, talk about something that's bothering me, something that hurts me, something like whatever. Oh, you're overreacting. Like, this is not whatever. You need to calm down. It's like, look, even if I'm overreacting, being a butthole about it isn't going to help, you know? Don't act like someone's emotions are invalid. Even if they are overly hurt by something, those emotions are real, you know? And what they feel is real. I don't know. It's like, you gotta really give people validation. I think a lot of times that's what people are after, is just wanting to feel validated. Like, we want to, I mean, it's why, like, you see so many people vying for attention on social media, like, and we watch our numbers so closely, because we want to feel validated. We want to feel like we're important. We want to feel like people care about us, even if those social media numbers are nothing, really. I mean, they're not people that necessarily just care about you. They're following you so they can double tap on your latest beach selfie. I mean, like, that's not real validation, and it's not real intentionality, I guess. I think a lot of times we do look in really stupid places for that validation, whenever we should be looking to the people that care about us and looking for actual real relationships, instead of the, like, fake vapid whatever on social media, because it is just like whatever is the latest trend. Whoever can take the best selfie with the best lighting, whoever has the best caption. Oh, this person had a good quote from a song lyric. Well, or whatever. I don't know. Instead of chasing likes, we should be chasing actual, real, intentional relationships, I guess. Whoa, sorry. Let me get off my soapbox for a minute, because I just realized I've been talking for like 5 minutes straight. Lordy. Sorry. What are you thinking, Chase? Because I'm interested to hear you talk instead of hearing myself.
Well, I mean, I feel like you're right. I mean, I just feel like everyone's too involved in social media and all that anyways. And it's not just, like, your average people either. It goes all the way up to the celebrities and, you know, people who don't even have that much to their name anyways. Like, I don't know, I feel like it's just going to keep becoming a problem, because I'm seeing younger kids have anxiety and huge problems with, mental instability and stuff like that because of things like social media and just the pressure that comes with it of having to perform. And I feel like we've seen people get famous off of social media platforms and things like that, and I do think that that's a dream that everybody, at least in some part, feels like would be nice and an avenue to pursue in some form or fashion. And I feel like everyone kind of wants to be liked, everyone wants to be popular.
Yeah.
Everyone just has that problem of caring too much about things, and I guess more specifically things that they shouldn't care too much about.
Yeah.
And that's why you will see a post from me every 3 months.
Yeah.
And you will like it.
Yeah.
I
think
physically with the double tap, but just you will enjoy that one time.
Ha. Well, I think that's actually a really interesting post because that's an interesting idea. Like,
did you just IRL like my post?
Shut up. That was the most cringy thing I've ever heard you say. Okay. Yes, I accidentally said post. Shut up. But I think that's an interesting idea that you just put out there, because I think there is a pretty big difference between me and you. Like when it comes to social media, because I feel weird that I haven't posted since like the beginning of June. It's been a full month since I've posted anything on like Instagram or anything like that. And like, I've posted like me playing songs on Facebook, and I've tweeted a few times and whatever, but I haven't like, this whatever on Instagram has bothered me because I haven't posted this, I haven't done whatever, especially since like after, being hurt by certain people, I just want to feel validated in certain things. So it's like that is a really weird. I think it is because I've kind of, because whenever I say whatever about finding validation in social media, it absolutely, like, that's definitely me preaching to myself at the same time. It's
right.
That is, it's a problem. I think whenever you care too much about the people that you can't even see on the internet, like when you care too much about what they think about you, and whether or not someone, like one of your friends, is following you, and if they're not, you're like, well, what even, like, why aren't you following me on? Like, I think it's like a clear tell sign of a problem, when you care so much about your social media numbers that it can cause like schisms in a friendship,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's just that's really interesting, because that's I need to get better about being fine with not posting or not having as much followers as this one person or whatever, because like sometimes you'll see that and you'll be like, whatever, fine, just like they have more followers than me, that why or whatever, and sometimes it makes you feel invalid, and it's like, that's stupid. Just because they've got like 20 more numbers on their social media page doesn't make them a better person than you. And I mean, just because you have more than them doesn't make you a better person or them a worse person or anything like that. Like I think sometimes we do kind of I mean, it's stupid to judge life on it's stupid to judge life on social media because we only post highlights anyway.
Yeah.
Like, no one's ever gonna, hey, to talk about Andy Mineo again. Here we freaking go. He has a song called Honest to God where there's a line that I like a lot where it shows like, what does it say? I gotta remember. He's got it was an old mixtape called Honest to God that I think it's only on Soundcloud. It might be on the new record he's putting out, the Work in Progress, but I don't know for sure. Where he says like, going public with our highlights, private with our sin, throwing up pictures of the party, but not the ones of us throwing up at the end, or something like that. I'm sure he did it way better than that because he has amazing flows. But anyway, I think that is a very good point because, yeah, it's like, oh, we'll throw up pictures of, had the best time on our vacation. Oh my God, I love the Bahamas or whatever. But, you won't see anything about, like, the shouting fit that, like, they had getting out of the house or, like, the inconveniences that were there. Like, oh, no taxis or, just whatever, like, the small things that will affect your life or like, small things that have hurt you, you don't really see people posting pictures talking about how they didn't get a job or that this person broke up with them and they feel really hurt and that they are, like, just really emotionally devastated. You don't see people really doing that because all we really want to do is post our highlights and make people wish that they were us. Ooh.
Yeah.
That was oh. I don't think I realized what I said until I said it. Like, the idea of making people wish that they were us. I think that's... Oh. Huh. Dang, okay, that was heavy. Wow. Dude, this is like a really freaking heavy episode. Lordy. We did not waste time getting into it, and we're talking about a lot of complex topics.
Right, but I do feel like it's a nice little level spot to kind of transition.
Yeah. You want to transition to the end of the podcast or into a happier...
That's maybe the end. I feel like that's a lot to reflect on.
Yeah. Honestly, I think that was actually a really good... That was kind of a good podcast. So let's do our take it or leave it, and and if you're not ready, I can go ahead and because I know what I'm taking and leaving.
Yes.
All right, I'll go ahead with it. Okay, so if this is your first episode of the HPE show, we have this segment called Take It or Leave It, where we talk about things that we like, things that we take, or things that we are not so fond of, things that we're leaving. It can be movies, TV shows, emotions, life events, whatever. Me personally, this week, I'm thinking for Take It, I'm watching the original Twilight Zone on Netflix right now. And it's reminding me a lot of why I want to be a filmmaker and why, like, I want to do this. Specifically, the second episode called One for the Angels is an amazing episode. And it almost made me cry. And it was such a heartfelt, just good story. It reminded me as, like, this is what I want to do right here. This is what I want. So it was cool seeing that. For Leave It, I don't know. I think I'm just kind of like a bit frustrated with a lot of things right now, and like I think whenever I get frustrated, I do kind of like turn to the wrong things to try to cheer myself up, and I'm kind of done with that. Well, at least I'm trying to be done with it. I want to realize that just trying to numb the pain is pretty stupid because whenever the numbness is gone, then the feelings and pain come back, and it just becomes a cycle of going back and forth of things that cheer you up for only a moment and in the end just leave you kind of empty. So
Agreed.
Yeah. Big rip. All right, Chase, what do you got?
All right, so I guess I want to take on more...
Me? Take on... Okay, I'm sorry for interrupting.
Like,
that was rude.
No, you're good. I just want to take on, like, healthier food choices. Like...
Yeah.
It's a struggle.
Trust me, as a thick man, I know. Honestly, like... me and Mom did like a week of being on like super on plan with this diet plan that she has, and just after a few days, I could already notice a difference. Like, I don't know if you could notice whenever we went and saw Far From Home, but like, even just like I feel better, and I feel like I'm already like looking trimmer, you know? Like, I just don't look as hefty. But anyway, sorry, back to what you were saying.
All right.
It's like it is,
so,
yeah.
Yeah, just taking on like healthier eating in general, not necessarily a diet, but just, you know, just being healthy in general. Like, I've started working out consistently, so that's good. I'm on that hump again.
I need to get on that.
And yeah, I mean, it's just that part I need to take with me. And as far as leaving, I don't know. That's maybe just not caring enough about certain things.
That's pretty deep. Dang.
Yeah. Knowing when to commit and not commit.
I hear you, dude.
I guess knowing when to not commit, I guess. Or to commit. Take it's basically taking two things.
I mean, essentially, yeah. It's just you got to screw around with the freaking the formatting, and I don't give a butt, because that was freaking great stuff right there. Dang, dude. All right, man. This was a heavy podcast, but it was really good. I really like it whenever we get like super deep and just start talking about things that, you know, sometimes you feel uncomfortable talking about.
Right.
Uncomfortable conversations are the best, as long as they're not like really weird uncomfortable conversations.
So not uncomfortable conversations.
No, but like uncomfortable conversations when it comes to opening up. Not uncomfortable conversation as the guy who's really creepy from church or school or work that like shows up and he's like, hey, where's my hug? And it's like, oh jeez, I don't really want to not that
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. All right, guys, thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed it, subscribe, follow the show, whatever it is, whatever platform you're listening on. Please just, like, if you can rate us good, or if you can comment. Guys, you can follow the show at Heroic Power ENT on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Follow me at Captain JSSG on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. There's someone's cheering. I agree. Good times.
Yeah, that's right. Cheer for the podcast.
Heck yeah, dude. You can follow Chase.Galleon1 on Instagram, Twitter at Galleon_Chase, and Snapchat at Chase.Galleon. Galleon spelled Galyean. Seriously, guys, thank you so much for watching. You can find the show on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, and SoundCloud. And Chase, what should they do to tell other people about the podcast?
All right, people.
Here we go.
You go out and you buy your best movie poster, whatever looks the best to you. All right.
Does it have to be a good movie?
No. Whatever just looks good on the poster.
So what you're saying is they could have a Justice League poster that's really big and they want to hang it in their room.
I mean, possibly. I mean, that's an option.
Chase.
I mean, I have seen those before. They do look good. They look good. They're like very, very comic booky art style situation, with downlighting. And yes, you could own that and still not like the movie and still be okay because you like art. And yes, so you take that. You take your whitest paint and you just whoosh, you cover it. You cover it with white paint. And then with a big fat tip Sharpie marker, you write. You don't actually hold it like a pen. You hold it like a serial killer with a knife, like in a stabbing motion, and you write in big bubble letters, subscribe to Heroic Power Entertainment.
Where should they put the poster?
One more time.
Where should they put the poster?
Oh, anywhere. outside your house, in your window, facing outward, so anyone who walks by sees. At a movie theater, that is the optimal location.
Movie theater is a good place, especially for people that like movie news. I mean, we do like a whole show about it. There you go.
We do that.
We do it. Haha, poop joke.
We do it. We got it in.
You gotta stick it in somewhere, even if it is a super serious podcast. Gotta just put the doo-doo joke in there. But good lord.
That's right.
It's really entertaining how we can go from super like mature topics to just being the most immature people that anyone knows. Goodness gracious, guys! Thank you so much for listening. For Heroic Power Entertainment, I'm Joseph Gallion.
I'm a Switch.
A Switch? Like, are we talking Nintendo
Switch.
Switch, or are we talking?
Well, a light switch.
Well, a light switch. Okay, well that's all right. Shh. I don't mess with no broke fellas, so see ya.
Night.